Hey guys, it's Kelsey and I am back with another scrapbooking process video. Today is off the board with pineapple paper, so this is the layout I'm going with. I found it on Freckled Fawn's Instagram and immediately pinned it to my Pinterest board, so I really wanted to get it used. I really took inspiration from the layering, and I also thought it was appropriate that it was a Christmas layout because I haven't been scrapbooking Christmas at all. So I think it's nice that I'm using a Christmas layout at least as my inspiration for this page, even though it has nothing to do with Christmas. I'm using the leftovers of my little Freckled Fawn kit. If you guys joined me for my live earlier in the month, thank you again. You saw me dig into this at the end of the second live. And I decided just to go ahead and try to see what more I could get used up this month since I clearly was not going to end up saving it for How to Kill a Kit with Style like I initially planned. But then as I was working with this, I'd already filmed my How to Kill a Kit with Style kit share for January, and I really felt like a lot of the stuff I was using on this layout went really well with that stuff. So I'm considering this your sneak peek for my January kit. And I'm going to include this in my kit share next month in the beginning, just because I ended up sneaking a couple of things from that kit onto this page just because it went so well and I couldn't help myself. So I'm excited for you guys to see my kit for next month, but this is kind of a little sneak peek of maybe some textures, maybe some colors, not really the theme or anything like that, but I think it's kind of a fun little preview. So I'm taking my little 6x8 papers that came in the Freckled Fawn kit and just creating the similar types of layers from my inspiration layout. So that really made quick work of this layout because that was the majority of my process, was just figuring out which papers I wanted to be which layers and then getting them glued down. If you guys also were part of my live, you remember we ended up matting all of these pictures in black, so they all kind of had this bold black rim around them, which I really liked because these papers, as you can see, really blend together. They're all very pretty and they all coordinate wonderfully, but they're just all so light, and I like my layouts to have a little bit more contrast, and I like you to see those corners, so when they start to blend in, I try to get creative with inking or like we did before with the matting. So what I decided to do on this layout was go in with some Stampin' Write markers. I found a color that matched the maroon the best, and I'm going to doodle around all of the edges, which is another thing I considered doing during the live. But I figured this is my chance to see, or at least show what that looks like since we didn't go with that option. So you can see my marker to the left there that I went ahead and got ready. I trimmed both of these photos down. So these are photos from when Billy was 3 months old. We were home from college, or we were on holiday, Christmas break or something. I don't quite remember. But Becca was playing with him and he just puts up with everything. Like, we just annoyed him to the point where every weird thing we did was just normal, which was kind of my job. I was meant to desensitize him so that when he eventually hopefully became a seeing eye dog, he wouldn't really react to people doing weird things around him and he could focus on his job. So this is one of the things that we would do. Not this specifically, but this is just one of the examples I wanted to document, where Becca just has him like on her back and just holding him and he's just chill and he's just laying there. He's like, yeah, this is normal. This is fine. So I just thought they were cute photos, really, and I wanted to document them. So I trimmed them both down. I matted them both on a skinny with a skinny white mat, and then I went in with the aqua plus sign pattern as a slightly thicker mat, and this is where you see me start to outline with the maroon. This pen is trying to die on me. So I initially thought I was going to do a solid line around all of these layers, but I was having issues with the pen kind of fading in and out as I did that around the photos. So I like how it looks around the photos, but for the rest of the layers, I'm going to do a faux stitching technique. That way you kind of get away with it a lot easier when you have a marker that's not super juicy. Okay, there's Franklin again. I'm doing this voiceover shortly after the other voiceover, and I still have Franklin with me. Do you remember him disrupting the voiceover? What are you doing? He's knocking over all my stuff. Come here, get back on my shoulder. Anyways, we are getting all the layers glued down. I'm trying to outline as I go. So I really like the spacing that I have right here. So I'm just trying to glue this stuff down before things shift too much. I really like the big banner detail that was in the inspiration photo. So I'm trying to keep that detail. And I love this kind of monochromatic sunburst. I love all the pinks and purples in that. So I wanted that to be the main layer behind my photos. And I'm really going to be pulling from my embellishment based off of all of those colors. So I'm trying to get all of these layers glued down, and then I will do a bunch of outlining, which I'll probably skip through most of it so you don't have to watch me faux stitch every single layer. But you can see my technique for Franklin. You're about to go back in your house, sir. He's being so fresh. He was broommating for like a week. He was broommating during the live. Otherwise I would have had him out for the live. But he just came out of brumation yesterday, which is like mini dragon hibernation. And he's always so like bright-eyed and bushy-tailed when he comes out. Like he has to make up for lost time or something. So like running across my desk. I think my layers are almost glued down. I'm kind of trying to figure out embellishment wise what I want to do, so I have spacing ready for that. So I have a lot of that coordinating freckled fawn chipboard I really want to use. So you can see I'm just kind of spacing a couple of those things. I gutted the section of that starburst paper, so the back is a pink pattern I was debating using, but I decided not to. And now I'm just playing with a couple other embellishment things before I start. Oh, I did. I already did faux stitching and I trimmed it out already, so I forgot. So now I'm playing with embellishment. I want to try to use a good chunk of this embellishment because I used pretty much half of this paper during the live and none of the embellishment that coordinated with it. So I feel like I need to try to use a lot of the embellishment on this one so I don't have too much of it left over. But I'm kind of creating these different sections here with the banner, this semicircle, and then those three little like square pieces. And it's just so easy to embellish with freckled fawn because everything coordinates so beautifully. And I mentioned during the live, was it during the live? No, it was during my Black Friday haul when I was talking about how I wish freckled fawn had 12 by 12 kits. And then one of you told me in the comments they're starting to do 12 by 12 kits. So I'm really excited to see that. I don't think I just subscribed to them, but I'm definitely excited to take advantage of sales and get some 12 by 12 stuff because just working with this like kind of mini kit is a lot of fun for me. So I can't imagine what they would do with a 12 by 12 kit. So if you end up subscribing to that, let me know what you get in it because I definitely am interested with that. But I pretty much liked how my embellishment was when I laid it down, so I'm going to go ahead and start sticking things down. I also got these kind of fabric-y embossed leaves when I did that Black Friday freckled fawn haul, so I'm going to create 2 little clusters with those. I also wanted to pull more of that maroon in because that maroon is the color of the pen I used, and it's also the color of the tile alphas that I'm going to do my title in. So I wanted to make sure that color was represented so nothing looked left out. But I'm just going to do 2 in the upper left, 2 in the lower right. I think that kind of frames the layout well. I'm just using my Tombow Mono Multi to glue those down. And then I think I will go to my title next. I'm just going to use those tile alphas I also got from their Black Friday sale. And I just end up calling this page Billy Backpack because that's what we ended up saying this was. He just looked like a little Billy backpack. So I'm going to use these tile alphas for that. And then you guys already saw me dive into the puffy hearts during my live as well, but they coordinate with this collection. So I definitely wanted to get some of them on here as well. So that will end up being my finishing touch. But I had a lot of fun with this one. The process was pretty easy with following the inspiration pin. But the embellishment with freckled fawn was so much fun just because this is the first time I bought freckled fawn like chipboard and like paper and stuff. Usually I only have their like enamel shapes and alphas, like tile alphas. So I'm definitely going to keep my eye on them because now that I don't have Felicity Jane. I don't have One Canoe 2. I think Freckled Fawn might be one of those collections that I really feel fits that style and that aesthetic that I like. So hopefully we'll be seeing more from that. I hope they do more sales than just Black Friday, because I think that's the only one I ever take advantage of. And I don't want to have to wait a year to buy more product. But here are the close-ups. This is what came from my inspiration pin. Make sure you check out everyone else playing along with Off the Board with Pineapple Papers to see what they created today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.